Yeah,
We
it's
need to
not.
introduce a guest, so
We're live.
hi, people watching.
Hi, everyone. For those of you that are watching or about to start watching, good morning. Jenny and I are here today. Um, just living life, man.
Being us, just living our best Monday morning lives.
Yes.
Do I look blurry now? Do I look clear?
No, you look clear. Yeah.
All right, for people who are joining, maybe this week I'll be able to stay on for the entire episode. Be clean. Be cool.
Right.
Cool.
So I don't know about everyone else, but it has been a questionable past couple weeks. In general, energetically, physically, mentally, all of the
Emotionally.
emotionally, all of the above. And I kind of want to talk about and touch base on how does this affect our overall existence and our general perception that guides us whether or not we succeed or we fail.
Going in hot. 7:03 a.m.
7:03 a.m. Good morning.
We're here.
Good afternoon to some of those who
Good
are
evening.
going to be watching, I'm sure. Good evening.
Good
All
evening
of
to our friends in
all
Australia. Ivy,
right.
Theon.
Yes.
What's up, homies? I
What's
have
up,
no idea.
peeps?
Is anybody watching this right now? Can you see?
I know that there's 2 people watching on YouTube. Hello, you guys. I can't see who it is, but hello. So unless you send a comment, we can't see. Over on Instagram, we have Dr. Nelson is
Hello.
giving a view. So hi, Dr. Nelson.
That's lovely.
So yeah, Jenny, you ready to roll?
Yeah, I'm ready to
You
go.
got my question?
Always ready to go. Yeah, I think I don't know. You want to lead, or you want me to respond my thoughts on that? I'm gonna take the lead. He gave me
Go
the
for it,
eyebrow.
babe.
He gave me the mom eyebrow there. I mean, overarching success. Yeah, we had a call about this on the weekend.
Yeah,
I
we can.
think my big thought of the last 2 weeks has been resistance, right? That's been I have felt myself emotionally and energetically resistant. Just shockingly not, I mean, not shockingly, I don't struggle with my diet, but you would think when one is facing energetic or emotional stagnation or resistance, it tends to bleed across. It didn't bleed into diet for me, is all I'm saying. It just didn't. I stayed the course, but I generally do. So it's not, food is not a battle for me. I don't have food addiction. So um,
Well, you
that
know
was,
what?
that recognizably that I know of. I wasn't like mowing down a bunch of berries over the week, right? But I definitely felt, so I always am success oriented as a person. I'm super disciplined. But in that success orientation, I find when I hit these stagnations, I get personally very frustrated. And that's, I mean, we know anger tends to be a first forward motion for people because it's something that feels like it achieves. You feel like you've achieved something when you get angry because you get this rise and drop, right?
Mm.
But after we chatted, I don't remember, was it yesterday or Saturday? I think it was Saturday. We got talking about resistance in itself. And I think I got thinking back to the old saying, the obstacle is the way, right? And it's, if something is feeling heavy and hard, whether that's with your diet or with your fitness, emotions, spirit, your relationships with people, your relationships with money, whatever it is, that like if there's a block, if there's an obstacle, if there's a frustration, the success is through the obstacle, not around it, I think.
Yeah.
Right. And so it's like I got thinking, okay, so like I've been very resistant to a number of things in my life. I won't bring up in case somebody who's part of one of those things is watching the show. I doubt it. I don't know. They do follow me on Instagram, so you never know. But I think I got to lean in. I think I need to lean into it. And I think it was us chatting with each other and talking to you and talking to myself through talking to you that I came to the recognition that the success is absolutely oriented on your mental, physical, spiritual pillars. You can't succeed. And that, I'm a big proponent for diet is great. It's one piece of the puzzle. It's not the whole
Right.
piece of the puzzle.
I think we share that sentiment quite
Yeah.
strongly.
Yeah. Like the mind's got to be there. The spirit's got to be there. The relationships have to be there. Your relationships with yourself have to be there. The body's got to be there. All those things. And I come out the other side of that question and that very long-winded answer saying the obstacle is the way. So when you find your path through what is causing you to feel resistant or what is causing you to feel frustration or anger, those are things in yourself that are asking you to look at something, not go around it or avoid it. It's coming up, right, for a reason. You're facing it for a reason. So I'm going to spend the next 2 weeks facing those things.
Yeah.
In a different mindset. Not that I don't. I'm not an avoidant person, but I will face them in a acceptance-based mindset rather than a resistance-based mindset and see if that shifts or how that shifts.
I think that's such an important keyword there, resistance. Everything that, I learned growing up and came to this awareness of, if you have resistance against it, excuse me, if you have resistance against it, what you are doing is you are energetically putting all of that energy, right? Whatever you have, whether it's mental, physical, whatever, you're using that and you're expending all of this time and thoughts and energy and motion towards holding that resistance. I can't see the camera. Holding that resistance. Like my hands are out here doing weird stuff. Holding that resistance. And instead of being able to go, okay, let me let go. Let me just walk through this uncomfortable or this that I don't like or any of that so that I can get through the other side instead of trying to hold it at bay, like holding a beach ball under the water. Do you ever play with that as a kid?
Yeah.
Like you're sitting there and you're just like holding it. It's like, well,
Just
eventually
let the beach ball rise.
Yeah, eventually the beach ball is going to float to the top whether you want it to or not. And it's like holding that resistance against it. It's only going to be a matter of time before something's going to break. Something's going to reach the surface.
And you're not going to feel too great holding a beach ball. That like the energetic expenditure required for that is rather than just like allowing it to rise and playing with it at the top of the surface. I mean, I caught myself quoting your mom this weekend, and it was a quote that you taught me a while ago, and I was talking about.
She's like the queen of quotes, by the way.
Oh, yes, I have come to that. I'm now quoting her in my life. So here's where we're at. And I was speaking with one of my clients, and she's a big I'm trying person, right? And so I caught myself saying, well, you can never be trying. There's one instance maybe where you can try. So let's say you're trying to like break a personal record. That may be like your training in sprints and your PR is whatever, 20 seconds. And you're trying to make 18 seconds. Okay. That's an instance where you could potentially use the word try because your physical capacity in terms of training is going to increase as you go. That's an attempt to break a personal record. That's maybe the only time I would say the word try is like an applicable word. But you come across try like, oh, I'm trying to follow my diet. I'm trying to change my attitude. I'm trying to work out more. But you are or you aren't working out more. Like, did you lift a weight today? You worked out. Did you walk around the block today? You worked out. If you didn't,
Exactly.
then you didn't do it. You did or you didn't, right? Yeah,
Yeah,
the output may not be equal to your expectation. That's one thing,
exactly.
right?
The
So, like,
result may not be what you wanted.
yeah, maybe I didn't run 50 miles today. Okay, but you ran 1 mile today. So you still ran. You physically got up. You dressed yourself. You put your shoes
Right.
on. You left your house. You picked up your pace. You breathed. You ran. Okay, so you didn't try to run. You ran.
Exactly.
Or you stayed in your bed and you cried. You didn't run.
Stay in your bed and you cried. That's our only
She's
option.
a crier.
You either did it or you laid in your bed like a bear.
Yeah, those are my options. You laid in your bed and you cried. Like, I'm a Pisces, so it's you laid in your
Right.
bed and you cried, or you got up and you accomplished your task. Uh, yeah, it's been a week of quotes. Like, it's just, like, I feel like it's been a quote week for us.
It
Um,
has, without question.
yeah, it's definitely, maybe your mom's just like floating around in our minds. I don't know, but
She's always there. She's
she's
always
just there.
there.
But yeah, I mean, I felt like the try thing was kind of interconnected with the resistance thing, right? And it's like,
Mm,
are you, when I feel my least favorite terminology in the entire world, but I think, can change that verbiage. I think when people are feeling resistant to things, they like to try and talk themselves into feeling like they've had achievements around it, right? So it's, you want to quit your job and you're like, well, I really wanted to send applications, but I was too tired. But my intent was there. And so I deserve to still feel frustrated with my job and like I deserve a new job. Well,
mm,
did you take the action? Did, like, if you were really
right.
tired, did you sit and scroll on the internet for a number of hours? Did you have a call with somebody? Did you use some type of your time? Okay, well, if you use some
Mm,
type of your time, you could have used that time for something directed towards yourself. Could you have networked with somebody that could have potentially helped you find a new job? Could you have
right.
created a LinkedIn profile? Maybe you were too tired to send applications, but was there another step in the direction you could have taken that was actually action oriented rather than feeling like you took action because you convinced yourself through your own resistance that
Mm,
the attempt you took was feasible or enough? Was
right.
it? Like, did the action equal the desired result that you think you deserve?
Right.
Sometimes.
Right. Stefan says
Hi, Stefan.
to both of us.
Wie geht's, meine Freunde?
Yes. So
Sure.
on that particular topic of taking action or sitting around and just being a bump on the log and complaining about it, that was a big portion of my post the other day where I was explaining about the addiction to everything.
Mm-hmm.
And how can you tell I had dairy yesterday? And how everything, because I keep having to clear my throat. Sorry, guys. Apologize.
So I had dairy yesterday too, and I'm poofy.
Yeah. Um, so the addiction to things
Dairy.
and dairy. Oh man, that me and dairy are like mortal enemies. It's it's a toxic relationship.
Dairy abuses me. It's okay.
Right. Um, but the addiction to everything that people are familiar with, all the typicals, right?
Mhm.
But nobody seems to recognize or acknowledge that, they're really addicted to just their comfort.
Oh
What's
God.
what's easy, what's like, "Oh, but I already know this." And most often than not, they're not even aware of how addicted they are to being comfortable.
Mhm.
And they think, "Well, but, I did this," like you said, the excuses of micro rewards
Mhm.
around things that don't actually create the movement or the step forward.
Mhm.
And,
Or the deservedness. I deserve.
yeah,
I
yeah, and
deserve a glass of wine. I worked hard today. And reality, you're an adult who went to your job like the rest of us. That's part of,
Yeah.
unfortunately, we live in a first world country, at least some of us, and that's part of
Yeah.
the world. I don't really
Mhm.
always want to go to my job every day either, but I don't feel like I deserve something
Right.
other than my paycheck for doing it.
Well, and the whole, like, concept of this weird ass reward system
Mhm,
that we have where it's like our rewards are all toxic based in society. It doesn't matter. Rarely is a reward based off of something that is actually beneficial, useful, or good for us.
mhm,
It's usually something like candy, ice cream, sugar, alcohol,
mhm,
like whatever.
mhm,
And instead of the reward being based on actual accomplishment and something that further ignites the potential of what you accomplished, it's usually something that sets you back.
mhm.
Like, is that a reward or is that self-sabotage?
Yeah. And I'm going to get real conspiracy theorist for a second here because
Oh, go for it, babe.
we knew it was only going to take 15 minutes to get there. Um, as a marketer, or as somebody with an extensive marketing background, I should say, I look at the base of a lot of these things, right? So for me, as you are personally very well apprised, I'm a big researcher. I like to look beyond what the standards and norms are of things, right? And you start to look at these things, and it's like, okay, let's take cigarettes for example. Post the war, cigarette sales were going down, and the big idea was let's get women to purchase cigarettes. And so they had women, these beautiful models, at a parade, all walk and smoke cigarettes, and they sold it to women as
Oh, yeah.
right, beautiful women
Mhm.
smoke. And then it was
Of course.
bins or menthols or the extended
Mhm.
cigarette things, and
The
they
Misties.
sold it to you. Yeah, they just sold it to you as this is a new thing for women, when really it was just doubling sales.
Mhm.
So you start to look at vices, and if you look at patterns of society. So where my family's from, in the backcountry of Romania, everything is it's this very small community, and everything is very original. So they do house restoration as it was done 200 years ago. They do farming practices as it has been done for the last 400 years. Everything is very natural based. And when you start to look at first world societies, you start to see the reward system patterning happening more. So if you look at Maslow's hierarchy of needs, right, you can't start to get into I'm worried about a beer if you're in level one, where you're you don't have safety, where you aren't fed, you aren't cold or too hot, you don't have a roof over your head. You can't start to be concerned about what I would call first world problems. So you're not concerned about whether or not you're going to get access to porn or alcohol or drugs or
Right.
sugar. If you don't know if you're going to get food today, your concern is not generally, and I'm speaking very overarching in terms of, we recognize people who are addicts will sacrifice that first need in exchange
Mhm.
for. But
Yeah.
if you are from somewhere where you have not had access to those things, where you were not raised in a safe environment, where there was abuse, or you didn't have a home, you didn't have access to food, you don't start being concerned about, and I'm this is going to be incredibly controversial, but you don't start being concerned about your pronouns, for example, right? That doesn't matter when you are at the base concern of is there going to be violence? Am I at mass risk every single day in my home? Do I have a home? Do I have access to
Right.
water? Do I have access to nutrition? If you have not eaten for a week straight, and I don't mean somebody who's made the choice not to eat for a week straight because of an addictive
That
pattern,
is
but I mean,
different. Yeah.
you're in an environment where you don't have access to. You are not concerned about hair dye. You aren't concerned about your
Exactly.
makeup. You aren't concerned about the way somebody perceives your gender.
Mm.
You aren't concerned about, right? You're concerned about rape, you every day of your life. You are concerned about how and when you will get access to food and water. You are concerned about where you will sleep tonight because there is no housing facilities in your environment. So I think a lot of this reward systems and these things that we're seeing are very quote unquote first world problems.
Yeah.
But human beings by nature, when they are mind, body, spirit well, are resistant. We are not compliant. We don't tend to be, we're apex predators. Whether you want to say you eat meat or not, put that aside.
Right.
You have the skill set to be an apex predator. If you had to go out into the world, you could hunt and fish and scavenge for your food if you needed to.
We innately are supposed to be able to do so.
Right. But when you dull that, when you give people access to safe homes and tons of nutrition, and when you go in a grocery store and there isn't clean food isn't the first thing you see, and it's bright colors for small children, and you start it in the age of infancy, and you start them on TV, and you start them on computers, etc., the micro reward system starts younger and younger and younger and younger, and the comfort of life becomes more and more and more accessible. And you realize as we look around, I think we could very easily say the majority of North America, although we do have the access to create great wealth, the majority of people are living very paycheck to paycheck, and they point the finger at the government, but recognizing there's very few people willing to give up the comfort of their 9 to 5 and risk it.
Right.
And start to say, I don't want to drink my wine every night after work. I'm going to work out instead. I don't want to spend my entire paycheck. Like all these people who are like, I'm poor. How much are you spending at restaurants? Because I live in a very restaurant heavy city and I never see a restaurant empty.
Oh, no.
Right? So
Never.
Okay.
Yeah. What exactly are you sacrificing?
Yeah, like it's just there's no sacrifice. That's the thing. It's there is no sacrifice and there's an extreme access to comfort. It's like I want like I hate my husband, but he gives me enough money that I can live in this big house and drive this nice car. And like my kids need a dad. So I'm just gonna stay. It's fine. I'll drink wine every night and pretend it's not happening.
Right?
Like the Real
It's just
Housewives,
scary.
right? Like
Okay. That brings me to the next question that I kind of want to top off with what you brought up. When people are in these states of being like what you're talking about, I think one of the other things that happens is they start negotiating with like their fear. And wherever that bar of safety is set for them for whatever it is, whether it's, well-being, like physical well-being, their fitness, their mental well-being, there's like this conceding to whatever the fear thoughts, the concepts of fear that they have, instead of breaking through them. Another Jewel quote here. With fear.
Okay, friends.
Right. With fear, as she used to tell me all the time, she would go, Bellamia, fear is just false evidence appearing real. It's not real. You've made it up in your head. There is nothing to be afraid of except that which you cannot overcome. And you can only not succeed by choice. And it was like, of course, I'm hearing this as like a 7-year-old kid. So mind you that that's a little bit of a like, oh, okay. But the stepping across that boundary of fear, because it's just a fake line in the sand that we put there. We took our stick and we drew that line and we were like, oh, we can't go over there. It's too scary.
Yeah.
Yeah. And you kind of go, what is it that's scary? Here's my one question for myself that I ask all the time. Are you going to die?
Literally, I asked myself that too.
And
Is it
it's
going to
like,
kill
well,
you? If it's not, you're good.
Exactly.
And if it
What's
is, you got to go sometime. Go out heroically. Like,
go out
take me
heroically
home to Valhalla. Let's go.
because it's like ultimately people, oh, I can't go outside. I'm not a runner, by the way, by any means, so this isn't me, but I can't go outside. I can't go for a run every morning because, I don't look like a runner.
Mm,
And I just go, what does a runner look like? You got
yeah,
legs, go do
yeah,
it. I
yeah.
mean, I'm not a big proponent for running, but
Me either. But
but
if you want to run, like, right? Or the
like it
girls
doesn't
go to the gym. I can't lift weights. I'm a girl. It's scary in the
right.
weight section.
And I'm like, shut up. Yes, you can.
Yeah.
Do you realize how much more feminine actually you would become
Hmm.
because you have embodied a strength within yourself
Hmm.
to be strong? You become more empowered. You
Yeah.
become more confident in a
Yeah.
in a totally different space. And for anybody who's watching that is a lady who doesn't strength train, shame on you.
Yeah. Should start, pick up some
Shame on
weights.
you.
Pick up some weights. Listen to some heavy metal. It's great.
That part's not required, but shame on you. Oh, Darcy said I like running. See, Darcy, then
Yeah.
you embrace that for us. It's not for me.
Yeah. I'm fine. I'm cool with people running. But
Yeah,
yeah,
it's
I mean,
just not
I'm
for
with
me.
you. No. I mean, I think it's very much, yeah, people create a fake line in the sand. Again, justification, right? So they can
Mhm.
justify why they're not doing the things that they do. And I'm a big,
Exactly.
I'll tell people I work with a lot. Can you hear me? Did
I
I
can now.
did I disappear?
You blinked out for a second.
Okay, cool. Good. New internet doing its
Mhm.
job. Um, I tell people, like, I deal with a lot of people who are like, I can't get out of bed. I can't get myself to do that thing. I can't. And I say, are you, like, you physically cannot? Like, do you have a severe physical impediment? Like, are you a quadriplegic? If you're not, and you physically can move your body, you owe it to your body to move. And like, emotions and feelings are fine. There's nothing wrong with that. So see, it seems to me my computer saying like your device is out of storage. Yeah, well, I'm not running this show, so shh, StreamYard. Anyway, I think it's thoughts and emotions and feelings are fine, but feelings don't have to drive action, right?
Mm.
Like I'm a big 1, 2, 3 person. So if you find yourself stagnating and you're like, oh, I need to like set up your day in advance. Know what you want to achieve for that day before the day happens. And it doesn't mean chaos isn't going to ensue and this and that, whatever else. But if you know today you want to work out for 45 minutes, that's the thing you want to do. And then you have the time. You're not sitting with your kids, you're not at your job, like you have the time, and instead you're laying in your bed. 1, 2, 3, just physically stand up. Go. Like start action. Action kills anxiety, and an object in motion stays in motion, right? So like if you start negotiating with yourself and you're like, oh well, I'm gonna lay here for 10 more minutes and I'm gonna feel great and it's gonna be better. I just need 10 more minutes in my bed. You're already awake. You're not getting more sleep. You're just laying there.
Well, and that 10 more minutes becomes an hour. And well, tomorrow it's like, well, I just
Mhm.
need a little bit more. And then it becomes never. Like it just slowly, progressively becomes non-existent in your life if you keep avoiding it.
Yeah, totally.
So, metabolic medical.
Hmm.
So she posted a comment in the Instagram that I really like. She said the opposite of love isn't hate, it's fear.
Hmm.
Fear keeps us small in an attempt to keep us safe. I like to live from a place of love. I thank my fears for wanting to keep me safe and then I move on. And that is perfect.
Beautiful. Beautiful. Beautifully said. Just perfectly said.
No, it's not an all-girls club.
Who asked that?
JY336622 said, "This is so interesting, but is this an all-girls club? I don't want to intrude. I am a
No.
carnivore and into conscious living." No, we are not an all-girls club. We just happen to be an all-girl host group. But we do typically have men, all over in our comments, our feeds, our lives. So no, you are more than welcome. And if you have any questions or any um any things you want to add to this, please
We're
do.
probably like the simultaneously most and least girly girls of
Well, and I lost her.
super feminine and simultaneously like in no capacity whatsoever feminine as people. Like you're like, I drive trucks. And I'm like, I manage biker bars. We lift weights, listen to heavy metal. Hi, my name's Jenny. I have blonde hair and bangs.
Right? Like what she said, we need more men that are into conscious living too. Absolutely. Absolutely. This
Yeah,
is a balanced world. We need both. We need the feminine and the masculine, whichever way you want to take that conversation, but we need both.
yeah.
It is both that requires us to be able to elevate how we consciously choose to live as humans.
Everything requires duality. It has to, right?
Mhm.
Light and dark, hot and cold, male and
Yeah.
female, up and down, above
Yep.
and below. And that's just that. It requires both for completion.
So, on the lines of, um, the whole concept of fear and boundaries and stepping across them. Oh, did I lose you? Jenny. I think I may have lost her. Well, I'll keep going for a minute. On that whole concept of fear and boundaries, one of the things that I want to bring up was why you keep attracting the same people into your environment if you are not consciously choosing to step into understanding, acceptance, and awareness of what you are producing, whether it's mentally, physically, or energetically, that keeps magnetizing the same people to you. There will not be a lesson in life that doesn't happen.
We're on our cell phone now. Hi, friends.
There will not be a lesson in life that does not happen. And it will keep repeating over and over until you choose to recognize what it is you need to learn from that experience. Sorry, you missed that whole moment, but my my statement was about how we will keep attracting people into our lives with the same kind of learning lessons that we need to learn from. And if we don't actually learn the lessons, they will continue to repetitively come into our life. It's like, look at it from relationships, right? Thanks, Rob. Rob said two beautiful ladies.
Oh,
Um,
hi, Rob.
if you look at it from relationships, right? If you end up in a relationship, and I'm not like calling anybody out in particular, I'm just stating an experience. If you look at a relationship and you end up in an abusive relationship, whether it's emotionally or verbally, mentally, um, you end up where the same story you could leave, but if you didn't heal within you what you needed in order to grow past that experience, you will attract somebody else who will perform the same exact actions. And it takes whatever it is that you need to learn in that situation, being able to look at it, and it's not pretty. Rarely ever have I looked at a situation or life experience, especially in relationship with other people, and I've been like, "Oh my gosh, this person is such an asshole to me." Okay, well, what am I doing or not doing that keeps reoccurring that situation, that story, that thread line in my life that keeps drawing to it? And it's
Hmm.
like it's a responsibility aspect that we have stopped learning how to take responsibility for that which is in our lives. We
Yeah.
hand it out, we blame other people, we blame other experiences, we blame situations, we blame environments, and all of those things do hold value, but what are you choosing in it that
Hmm.
keeps it coming, that keeps it repeating, that keeps it happening over and over and over again? And by the way, folks, I am talking to myself just as much. This is not a "I'm better than thou and you need to learn this from me." It's, "No, I see this, and we all need to learn this. We all need to understand this and come to this awareness because none of us are perfect people. None of us."
No, and I think that's part of conscious living is you we've talked about this a lot. So take like the carnivore community, and I don't mean our group. I mean the people who eat carnivores or eat carnivores. So, not the people, not not cannibals. I mean people who eat carnivore. Period. Not cannibals. We're not talking about cannibals today. That's a whole
That
conversation.
one's that's its own special clip. That one's definitely going
Yeah,
on
I
the
was
public.
watching a thing on cannabis before we started this morning. Yeah, anyways. You can blame Theon for that. It's his fault.
Thanks, Theon.
Anyways, yeah. So I think it's, we look at that community and people tend to, okay, so you've taken a step outside of the societal norm and you've made a choice for your well-being.
Yeah.
But are you making the choice to then start to learn mindset, to learn, understand relationships? Like, are you taking it the next step, or are you feeling superior because you've made a choice, one single choice? So that could be fitness, diet, whatever it is. Are you really making the effort to truly consciously understand yourself? And in consciousness, like us, like as you were just speaking to yourself and consecutively the rest of us, it's you might be aware very deeply of consciousness. So, like, I might know I'm making choices for something that's not well for me. But
Mm.
am I really taking the time still as a very conscious person with the awareness that I am choosing to be resistant, or I am choosing to repeat patterns, or I am choosing things that don't serve me because there's something in my life I haven't acknowledged? And am I then moving with it? Or am I stopping at that? Right. And I think that's higher level consciousness is like the constant effort to continually grow and learn and understand yourself beyond the capacity of so many things. And I said to you the other day, like, I've always been a wondrous person. I think wondrous, let's go with wondrous, person. And like when I walk around and I look at old buildings and I think about like Tartaria, um, and I think about, okay, well, we're told this was built with like donkeys and a pulley system. And as a conscious person, I look at that and I go, well, we don't have the technology in 2026 to build this building. How did a donkey and a pulley system complete this task? We have donkeys and we understand pulley systems in
Mm.
2026, right? So, like, as a conscious person, you might be aware of that. But do you think about it? Do you challenge yourself beyond
Mhm.
your own need and expectation? Is the point I'm trying to make here? Is like, okay, we started this talking about frustration and resistance. If you're feeling resistant and you know consciously resistance is something in yourself that's being triggered, you're not acknowledging.
are you taking the time to acknowledge it? You taking,
Mm.
and I'm also speaking to myself here, people. Are you taking the time to acknowledge it? Are you taking the time to figure out what it is that's triggering you? Because frustration doesn't come from a positive situation. Frustration comes from something that's been put in front of you, that's been repeated, that you need to move through. The obstacle is the way, right? Like,
Obstacle is the way.
excuse me while I chug my coffee. Yeah, that's, and I don't know why my internet is just like, I'm sitting beside my new computer, my new Wi-Fi now on my phone. Still,
Oh, she shouldn't have said anything.
see, gotta make a phone call to people after the show. I tested it before too, and it was like, you can run 4K on this, and I'm like, can I? We'll find out. Anyway,
Too funny.
that's that.
But even still with that, like you said, it's, the obstacle is the way. And it's it's being willing to do the hard work. And that, oh my
Mm-hmm.
gosh, in our society now, hard work is like, no, 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 what's easy, what's quick, what's fast? How can I get it immediately? As my mother-in-law says all the time, like, we're in a microwave society.
Mm-hmm. It's throwaway. Everything is throwaway.
Yeah. And
Throwaway
it
friends, throwaway
throw
relationships,
away,
throwaway jobs.
and not just throw away, but also like fast, immediately. Like it's like
Mm-hmm.
the two combined has created such a false um, way of living, if you want to look at it that way, because it's like, well, there is not anything I have ever achieved or accomplished that was easy. I mean, literally nothing. Even as if you think about when we're birthed into this world, everything's hard. Everything.
Mm-hmm.
There is nothing
Mm-hmm.
easy for us as
Mm-hmm.
babies. Even
Yep.
as we grow up, as we progress through everything, it's like we are designed to go through rigorous, like, testing, trials, however you want to word it, but accomplishments that when we do it, the achievement value also expands our neuroplasticity in our brain. And a
Mm-hmm.
lot of people don't even, like, understand that we need that in order for our brain to be able to tell us, "Hey, it's safe enough to be able to
Yep.
do more.
Yep.
We can. We're able to. We can fully accomplish this." But we've grown into a society that everything has to be quick, easy, and what's the least amount of effort I can put in? Well, I'm gonna tell you guys, the effort is where the gold is.
Yeah. 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 I mean, we've created a lot of false dopamine, right? So it's like, we know that the majority of those sensors are made in the gut, and gut health is crap these days. And people have trained their brains on false dopamine rewards. So it's like
Mhm,
fast, I scan through TikTok and it's like bright colors and flashing sounds and people with short form, hard hit content. And I mean, you and I can both speak firsthand. Content you put out that's long format, that's actually of value to people, that can probably actually help somebody learn. Generally, the algorithm deems to be redundant and it goes nowhere.
mhm,
You put out text over B-roll footage on your screen and 300,000 people view the piece of content.
right,
So, you have to at some point look and say, okay, you're in an environment. We are, as you said, we are a result of our environment, but you can make the choice surrounding your environment. So if you're sitting in front of video games all day long, they are designed to keep you there. If you are in front of your phone on
mhm,
TikTok or Insta, it's designed to keep you in the platform as long as
mhm,
possible. These are fast, false hits of dopamine. It's like candy, like sugar, dairy, alcohol, drugs, sex. They can be, some of them can be positive, but like these can be fast hits of dopamine that create avoidance towards real dopamine structuring. Sunlight, exercise, you know, like actual relationships with people rather than like I ordered somebody off of Tinder, they came to my house, I sent them on their way, I got what I wanted, off they go. The energetic, spiritual, physical exchange involved in that, on top of like the dopamine, is so artificial and toxic for you, but people just want the to be soothed rather than recognizing, like, it's like shocking to people when you say to them, when you were a little baby, do you think you were born and you just got up and started speaking your language and running and feeding yourself and dressing yourself the next day? No. You had to learn to use a potty. You had to learn to get dressed. You had to learn to breastfeed. You had to, well, breastfeeding's fairly natural, but you know what I mean? You had to learn to do, like, at one point your eyes weren't viewing things. It was blurry blobs. All of these things took mass effort as a little baby. Humans are born so useless compared to infants of so many other animals.
Mm.
There's so much learning involved. But you weren't avoidant of it in infancy and childhood. You learned to be avoidant of it in adulthood.
Yeah,
And you
absolutely.
chose to be avoidant of it in adulthood.
Mm. Absolutely, absolutely. I mean, I think of, like, my perspectives as a kid versus some of the, um, deconstructive learnings I've had to go through, right? As a kid, I was never afraid of anything except for cellars and spiders.
Same.
Um, so other than those things though, like I cannot count how many scars I have on my legs because I decided to go climb an inappropriately high tree by myself or over a fence or go through whatever.
Yeah.
Try skateboarding, try, BMX biking, all of these things as a kid. And
Hmm.
none of it at any point in time did I ever go, "Oh, I can't do this." It was always, "I'm gonna figure out how."
Yeah, or I'm not good enough. You were never like, I'm not good enough to climb this tree when you were 8.
Yeah,
You just climbed the
never,
tree.
never, never. It was like, just how do I do it? How do I do it? Not can
Yeah,
I, just how.
yeah,
And that's
yeah.
something that is absolutely a learned, like, mental process of, "Oh, I don't know that I can. Oh, I don't think that I can," or it's taught. And especially raising children, I have learned how much of this, inability to do things is taught, like this thought of being unable to do. It's taught. I've had to,
Yes.
kind of help readjust some of my husband's languaging because I've helped raise over 10 children in general, 2 of them biologically my own, um, and the languaging that I learned to de-learn, unlearn, whatever the word is, was how to say things to them that didn't inhibit a experience of not doing. So it's like, I never look at my little one, my youngest now, I never look at him and go, "Oh, be careful." I say things like, "Hey, just watch
Yeah,
where you're stepping. Hey, pay attention to,
yeah,
where your hands are." I give him more guided instruction than to just be careful. Well, it's like, "Oh, now I can't even trust what I'm doing because I'm doing something that should be scary."
yeah.
And it's like, yeah, I might be looking over absolutely terrified.
I know this for a fact. I have been on the call. Yeah.
Everything in me might be having an absolute panic attack on the inside, but I don't want to program in him that one, he can't trust himself, and two, that he's incapable just because I deemed something scary. And
Yeah.
that is
Mm-hmm.
such a language shift. When I realized that with my younger siblings, I was a kid when I was helping to take care of them. I mean, I was a kid. They're like 10 years, 11 years, 9 years, 12 years younger than me. Yes, there is some dyslexia in there, guys. The 9 came after 11. I don't know why. Um, the way that I talk to
It's all
them,
right. It's there.
I realized, like, as I got older, I was like, oh man, I was unconsciously, unknowingly instilling in them that they couldn't trust themselves. They had to trust me to tell them what was safe. They had to trust me to tell them. And not that that's a bad thing in general, but when you're stopping them from exploration, when you're stopping them from, potentially climbing that ladder or potentially doing these things, and instead of helping to guide and teach the safe way of doing it, if you're just always stopping them, telling them to get down or don't do that, that's unsafe, or don't do this, or don't jump in that puddle, or don't blah blah blah. It's like there's so many things that we end up, creating a false, I lost the word I was going to use, but we end up creating a false sense of needing safety from things that are not really safe. It's actually more dangerous to be complacent
Mm-hmm.
than it is to take those risks.
Yeah. It's very dangerous to be complacent.
Mhm.
Um, Complacency is probably one of the most dangerous things that you can have in your life because you're letting other people think, feel, and determine your way of being. If you're
Mm,
complacent at your job and you hate your boss gets to denote everything that you're doing. If you're
yeah,
complacent in your relationship and you hate your partner, you're not pursuing a something that could be an amazing opportunity for you. It's
absolutely.
there's so much. I'm still like jumping all over the place here, but
We both are.
um
We started this with no
I think
plan.
complacency is, yeah, well, how it is. I think complacency is like one of the most dangerous things, and it's not inherent to being human. I don't think.
I don't think so either.
I don't think complacency is a natural part. Am I breaking up? Am I
No,
breaking
no,
up again?
no, no, we're
Can you
still
hear me?
together.
Am
Yes.
I'm normal?
No, but
Okay.
I hear
Yay.
you.
Good. I'm not sure what's happening because I have full bar internet right now, so I don't know why
We
this
hear
is
you.
not.
So I'm
It's got
not
to be a
sure what.
StreamYard. My something about my internet just. Okay, cool.
Yeah, we hear you. I hear you.
I keep freezing on my end, but if you hear me, then it's cool. I'll just keep talking. Yeah, I don't know. I think like the final end of that just being like complacency is super bad. Don't be a complacent person because you're letting other people make choices for your life, and that's a bad place to be.
Mm, yeah,
I'm looking
not
at like a little a card right now that says "Be determined through calm," and I like
mm,
it. It's like a little card that's on my desk. It says "Be determined through calm," and it's talking about like inner calm, acceptance, and discipline. In any confrontations, humans are affected by their fight or flight hormone. As anger and fear share the same arousal, attacking or running will always raise their heart rate and skew their judgment. And for Musashi, it is essential to avoid this and to remain alert through calm and on course. Me and my Musashi fucking quotes of the day, but here we are.
Love it. Love it. I'm now gonna have to look up who that
Musashi.
is.
That's where we've come. We've come to.
What?
You're gonna look it up and be like, oh right, yeah, that's what's gonna happen. Should
Well,
we coming on 8 o'clock do our announcement?
yeah. What time is it? 7:56.
What?
Oh yeah. I was checking what time it was. Yeah, absolutely. Absolutely. You want to just do it now? What do we?
Let me leave this and come back. Let me sign out of this and come back in 2 seconds and see if it just reboots for me.
Aye,
I'll be
Captain.
right back.
Okay.
Live. Bye, guys.
All right. She will be back in just a second. We do have an announcement we're going to be making here soon when she comes back. So hope everybody has been enjoying this. Give 1 second. It might take longer than anticipated. You know what? If she doesn't come back soon, we may end it on that, and you'll just have to take a look at our announcement when we post here in just a second. Oh, there she is.
I'm back. Maybe it's still being very jumpy for me, and you're very broken up for my hearing. Do I sound normal to you? Okay. No, I
You know
don't.
what? You know what? We can end on this live, and we can make our announcement in our posts. People will just have to take a look there.
Okay, all of a sudden my internet came back, and I'm here for that.
Wait, your screen dropped again. Are you still there?
I'm here.
Oh, this is
Yep.
insane.
Oh my god. I do not I have the full bar internet on my phone right now. I can see full bars on my phone. I'm 1 foot from my brand new high speed modem.
Yeah, we need to call and have a talk with those people.
Yeah, we're gonna do that after this call.
Yeah, so I think we'll end on that one today, guys. And I'm sorry, James, the suspense I know is insane. We are gonna make a post about it. Stay tuned because you guys are not going to want to miss this, as it is a potential for something for you guys to really be able to gain from. So, much love. Love you all. Stay tuned for that post. And I promise Jenny's face will be on it and not a black screen.
Oh my gosh, I promise, guys. I'm so sorry. I'm trying.
She is. She has been trying so hard on this.
Trying so hard.
Okay, so on that, happy Monday morning for those that it is Monday morning. Happy afternoon, happy evening, and we'll see you guys next Monday. All right, love y'all. Bye.
Stay tuned to the page. Bye.